Chrisean Rock just had a moment that left fans speechless, an emotional conversation with her sister Tesehki that no one thought would ever happen. For years, the two sisters have been locked in a cycle of pain, betrayal, and public feuds. There, family drama spilling out for the entire world to see. But now, in a shocking turn of events, Chrisean has broken down in tears as she finally spoke face-to-face with Tesehki after all their past issues. What started as a simple reunion quickly turned into a raw, heartbreaking moment that showed just how deep the scars between them really go. Fans who once thought these sisters would never be able to mend their relationship are now watching in disbelief as Chrisean opens up like never before. But was this a genuine attempt at healing, or just another chapter in their messy family saga? Because sources close to the situation claim this conversation revealed secrets that could make or break the Rock family forever. Stay with me, because once you hear what was said, and how Chrisean reacted, you'll realize this wasn't just a sisterly chat. This was an emotional explosion years in the making. For anyone who has followed Chrisean Rock's chaotic rise to fame, it's no secret that her family drama has been just as public and just as messy as her turbulent relationship with Blueface. Among all her siblings, the most talked about tension has always been with her sister Tesehki. Their bond, once close and unbreakable, shattered under the weight of betrayal, jealousy, and years of unresolved hurt. Tesehki, a rising artist in her own right, has long struggled to step out of Chrisean's shadow. While Chrisean became a household name through music, reality TV, and viral controversies, Tesehki has often been painted as the other sister, fighting for recognition. But behind the scenes, insiders have whispered that their rivalry wasn't just about Famet, was about family loyalty, broken trust, and wounds that never healed. Fans will remember that viral Instagram live months ago, where Tesehki and Chrisean went at each other in front of tens of thousands of viewers. Chrisean accused her sister of betrayal, while Tesehki fired back with claims that Chrisean had abandoned her family once fame came knocking. That argument ended with tears, insults, and a chilling line from Chrisean: "You ain't my sister no more." Those words cut deep, not just for Tesehki, but for fans who had always hoped the Rock sisters could find their way back to each other. Instead, things spiraled. Tesehki dropped subliminal posts. Chrisean clapped back online, and the feud became so toxic that even their mother was dragged into it. But now, after all the pain and all the chaos, something shocking has happened. Chrisean has reached out. Insiders say the emotional sit-down between Chrisean and Tesehki didn't come out of nowhere. Sources close to the Rock family revealed that the recent turmoil in Chrisean's life, her struggles with motherhood, her public breakdowns, and her strained relationship with Blueface left her desperate for family support. And the one person she knew she couldn't ignore anymore was her sister, according to one insider. Chrisean realized she can't do this alone anymore. For all their drama, Tesehki is still her blood. Deep down, she's been wanting to fix things, but she was too stubborn to admit it. On Tesehki's side, the door was never fully closed. While she has made her frustrations with Chrisean very public, those close to her say she still loves her sister deeply and was simply waiting for the right moment to reconnect. That moment came during a private family gathering, one that quickly turned into something far more emotional than anyone expected. What began as a tense silence between the two sisters soon erupted into tears, apologies, and revelations that left everyone in the room stunned. But here's the question that lingers in everyone's mind. Was this reunion real healing, or just another messy chapter waiting to explode? Because from what we've been told, not everything said that night was peaceful. In fact, insiders claim that while there were tears and hugs, there were also accusations, ugly truths spilled that might change the way fans see both sisters forever. So, why now? Why, after so many months of bitterness, would Chrisean and Tesehki finally speak? Some point to Chrisean's current struggles as the trigger. Others believe there may be deeper secrets in the Rock family that forced this conversation into the open. Either way, one thing is clear. Wasn't just sisters talking. This was years of pent-up emotion exploding in real time. And what happened during that emotional conversation? Well, that's where things take a shocking turn. The room was silent at first. Chrisean sat across from her sister Tesehki, her hands shaking as if she didn't even know how to begin. For years, their voices had only met through Instagram, lives, subtweets, and angry rants. But face-to-face? That hadn't happened since before Chrisean's career exploded. And when it finally did, the weight of all that history was crushing. "Do you even know what you did to me?" Tesehki whispered, her eyes already glassy with tears. That was the moment the walls broke. Chrisean, who has fought Blueface, the industry, and the world, suddenly looked small, almost childlike. She broke down crying in front of her sister, her words barely audible. "I lost you. And I didn't even realize how bad it hurt till now." But just when it seemed like a tender reunion, the atmosphere shifted. According to insiders in the room, what followed was not just hugs and apologies, it was a full-blown explosion. Years of pent-up anger came spilling out, raw and unfiltered. Tesehki didn't hold back. She accused Chrisean of abandoning their family when fame came knocking, of forgetting the very people who were there before the cameras. She brought up the late-night calls she once made, begging her sister to check in on their struggling siblings, calls that, according to her, were ignored. "You had security guards, blue checks, and industry parties," Tesehki said. "We had bills, drama, and pain, and you weren't there." That cut deep. And Chrisean, instead of denying it, screamed back, "You don't know what I went through either. You wasn't in them fights with me. You wasn't the one getting dragged online every day. I did what I had to do just to survive." The sisters' emotional clash had the whole family frozen. Some relatives tried to calm them down, but it was too late. The floodgates were open. Then came the first twist. An insider source leaked that during the fight, Tesehki pulled out a phone screenshots ready. Screenshots that allegedly showed private texts between Chrisean and another sibling, where Chrisean admitted she didn't trust Tesehki anymore because she believed her sister was secretly working with Blueface behind her back. Yes, you heard that right? The very man who tore Chrisean's life apart, the man who mocked her, cheated on her, and dragged her name, was allegedly the wedge that made her cut off her own sister. The room reportedly erupted. Tesehki slammed her phone on the table, yelling, "You thought I would side with him over you? My own sister." Chrisean, caught off guard, froze. Witnesses said she sat in stunned silence before whispering, almost to herself, "That's what I was told, but who told her?" That's where things get messy. 'Cause, according to one family insider, Blueface himself planted that seed of doubt, whispering to Chrisean that her sister was plotting and couldn't be trusted. And in her paranoia, already dealing with fame, stress, and betrayal, Chrisean believed it. The revelation hit Tesehki like a knife. Years of anger weren't just about neglect, they were about lies. Lies that may have been fed deliberately to keep the sisters apart. In that moment, Chrisean reportedly broke down again, screaming through tears, "I didn't know who to trust. I thought you hated me." The rawness of that confession left everyone stunned. Even Tesehki, who had come in ready for war, looked shaken. For the first time, it wasn't about clout, followers, or industry beef. It was about two sisters who had been weaponized against each other. But here's where the first twist deepens. Insiders claim that during this heated argument, Tesehki dropped another bombshell. She said Blueface once personally called her, trying to drag her into drama with Chrisean. And when she refused, he allegedly told her, "She'll never trust you again anyway." If true, that means the sisters' feud was never just theirs. It was orchestrated. The shockwaves of that revelation sent the family gathering spiraling. Some relatives blamed Chrisean for believing lies over blood. Others blamed Tesehki for not fighting harder to clear things up sooner. But the undeniable truth? Their bond was shattered by manipulation, jealousy, and pain. And just when it seemed like they were finally unraveling the root of their feud, one more shocking moment unfolded. A witness claims that Tesehki pulled Chrisean into a hug, yes, in the middle of the screaming and accusations, and whispered something in her ear that no one else heard. Whatever it was, it made Chrisean collapse into her arms, sobbing uncontrollably. What did Tesehki say? That remains a mystery. But the family swears it was something so powerful, so personal, that it cracked Chrisean open in a way nobody had seen before, and that's where the night ended. Not with answers, but with questions. Questions that fans are already demanding to know. Were the Rock sisters manipulated into hating each other? Did Blueface intentionally pit them against one another? And what exactly did Tesehki whisper that made Chrisean fall apart? The emotional sit-down had gone from reunion to revelation in seconds, and just when everyone thought the worst was over, the real shocking reveal was yet to come. It didn't take long. Within hours of Chrisean and Tesehki's heated reunion, whispers started surfacing on social media. A cousin allegedly live-streamed parts of the conversation. And though the video was quickly deleted, snippets spread like wildfire. Clips showing Chrisean screaming, "I thought you hated me," and Tesehki slamming her phone on the table went viral within minutes. Fans were stunned. Nobody expected their private sit-down to leak, but the internet had already turned it into a global spectacle. Twitter lit up instantly. One user tweeted, "This is deeper than we thought. Blueface literally destroyed an entire family." Another posted, "Seeing Chrisean cry like that, my heart broke. This girl been fighting the world alone." But then came the most shocking clip yet. A 20-second snippet surfaced of Tesehki yelling, "Blueface called me himself. He tried to make me turn against my own sister." The internet erupted. Thousands of fans started tagging Blueface, demanding answers. Was it true? Did he deliberately poison Chrisean's mind against her own blood? Suddenly, the feud wasn't just between two sisters, it was a full-blown scandal implicating Blueface himself. And that's when the shocking reveal dropped. According to insider leaks making the rounds, Blueface's ex-girlfriend allegedly confirmed the story. Screenshots surfaced showing a DM where she claimed, "Yeah, he called her. I was there. He told Tesehki she would never be trusted again. He laughed about it." The revelation sent fans spiraling. What had once looked like another messy family fight was now being painted as a deliberate act of manipulation. Blueface wasn't just toxic to Chrisean. Romantically, he may have torn apart her family on purpose. The hashtags #ProtectChris, EAN, and #BluefaceExposed began trending. Celebrities even chimed in. Rapper JT tweeted, "This is exactly why you can't let no man play you against your family. SMH." Meanwhile, Tamar Braxton posted a cryptic IG story saying, "Sis versus sis is heartbreaking." Men love to see that. But as the internet rallied around the sisters, a second wave of chaos hit. Because just as fans were praising Tesehki for standing her ground, another leak appeared. This one allegedly showed old voice notes from Tesehki where she vented about Chrisean and accused her of being selfish and too far gone. The timing was suspicious. These clips, conveniently resurfacing during the sisters' reunion, made people question whether Tesehki was as innocent as she claimed. Fans split instantly. Some defended her, saying everyone vents in private and the focus should be on Blueface's manipulation. Others accused her of secretly harboring resentment that made reconciliation impossible. "See, Tesehki been jealous," one fan wrote. "No, y'all missing it? She's hurt, not jealous." "This man broke them apart," another replied. The internet was divided, and the family drama had officially become public property. Then came the most explosive moment yet. A longer leaked video dropped, allegedly recorded at the end of their sit-down. It showed Tesehki hugging Chrisean and whispering in her ear. But instead of silence, the audio picked up faint words. "They lied to us, Rock. It was never me. It was them." Fans froze. Who was they? Was Tesehki hinting at more people involved in dividing the sisters? Some speculated it was Blueface and his circle. Others believed there might be industry figures or even members of their own family who had played a role. The vagueness of the whisper sparked conspiracy theories that spread like wildfire. Suddenly, this wasn't just a sisterly feud. It was being framed as a bigger, darker plot to isolate Chrisean at the height of her fame. And the whispers didn't stop there. One unverified account, claiming to be a family insider, dropped a bombshell. "Y'all don't even know the half. Someone else in the Rock family been feeding lies too. That's why she never trusted her own blood." The claim sent fans into a frenzy. Was there a family betrayal even deeper than Blueface's manipulation? Could someone close to Chrisean have been playing both sides all along? As fans debated, Chrisean herself posted a cryptic message on Instagram stories. Over a black screen, she wrote, "The truth always comes out. I'm hurt, but I'm also free." Those few words shook the internet to its core. What truth had she learned? Was she finally realizing she'd been manipulated for years? Or was she hinting that more ugly secrets about her family were about to surface? And here's where the shocking reveal lands hardest, according to one source. After the sit-down, Chrisean allegedly confided in a close friend that she wasn't just questioning Blueface anymore. She was questioning everyone, her family, her circle, even some people in the industry who had pushed her narrative of isolation. She doesn't know who to trust. The source revealed she feels like her whole life has been a setup. With that chilling statement, the storyline took a turn no one expected. The fight with Tesehki wasn't just about old wounds, it was opening the door to an even darker realization that Chrisean may have been surrounded by manipulation on every side. And if that's true, then the emotional reunion was just the beginning of a storm far bigger than anyone imagined. Because now it's not just about two sisters trying to reconcile. It's about exposing lies, betrayal, and a web of manipulation that might extend further than anyone thought. But the question remains, who exactly is they? The internet had already been on fire, but after the whispers of "they lied to us" and the leaked clips, it went into overdrive. Social media platforms, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram became war zones of opinion, conspiracy, and heartbreak. Twitter trends that night were dominated by #ChrisEanVs TSHKI, #ProtectChrisEan, #Blueface exposed, "They lied. They lied." Everyone had something to say. And the division among fans grew sharper by the hour. One viral TikTok stitched together all the leaked clips with dramatic captions, reading, "This wasn't a fight. This was a setup years in the making." Racked up over 2 million views in just a few hours. Another video showing Chrisean crying and saying, "I thought you hated me," pulled at viewers' emotions, sparking thousands of comments from fans who said they finally understood the pain she had been hiding all along. But the story didn't stop with fans. Celebrities jumped in, and their words only added more fuel to the fire. Summer Walker tweeted, "Family is all you got." Watching this break apart is sad, but manipulation is real. "I hope they heal." Cardi B, never one to stay silent, posted a voice note on X saying, "Y'all keep saying this is just sister drama. Nah, this is how toxic men tear families apart. Seen it happen too many times." Her post blew up instantly, with fans tagging Blueface and demanding his response. But then came the unexpected twist. Blueface did respond. On Instagram Live, he smirked into the camera and said, "Y'all believe anything? I never told Tesehki nothing. They just mad I moved on. Let them cry about it." The dismissive attitude sent fans into rage mode. Comments flooded in, calling him heartless and manipulative. with some even demanding that platforms, like Zeus Network, cut ties with him permanently. Meanwhile, Tesehki's Instagram began to swell with mixed reactions. Some fans filled her comments with love. "We believe you. You are protecting yourself." Others accused her of betrayal. "You've been jealous of your sister? Admit it." The family's pain had become a spectator sport for millions, and then the media joined the circus. Gossip outlets like The Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked posted back-to-back updates, dissecting every leaked clip and every cryptic post. Jason Lee himself went live and claimed he had exclusive audio from a family insider that confirmed Blueface's involvement in the rift. He didn't play the full tape, but he teased enough to make fans lose their minds. But perhaps the most shocking reaction came from someone. Unexpected Dremi Ma. She dropped a subtle but cutting Instagram caption that read, "Never let outsiders play you against your blood, ever." Fans immediately interpreted it as her weighing in on the Chrisean and Tesehki saga, and the debate shifted again. Some argued that Remy was right, that reconciliation should outweigh old wounds. Others clapped back, saying, "It's not that simple when someone you love helps divide you." As the celebrity takes piled up, the industry itself started to buzz. A well-known promoter tweeted anonymously, "This type of drama makes labels nervous. They don't like family mess spilling into the business." Rumors spread that Chrisean's upcoming projects might be delayed until the chaos calmed down. At the same time, insiders whispered that producers were already pitching reality TV spin-offs based on the reunion. The reactions weren't just emotional, they were opportunistic. But through all the noise, one thing became clear. Fans were deeply invested, and they weren't ready to let this go. Twitter Spaces popped up overnight, with thousands of listeners debating whether Tesehki had been unfairly painted as the villain. TikTok detectives analyzed the whisper, "They lied to us," like it was the Zapruder film, slowing it down, cleaning up the audio, and making wild guesses about who they really was. The result? Instead of bringing closure, the reunion created a fresh storm of division, speculation, and chaos. Even Blueface's name trended for all the wrong reasons. Fans demanded accountability, some even starting petitions calling for networks to stop booking him. Meanwhile, supporters of Chrisean flooded her comments with encouragement, begging her to leave the drama behind and focus on her music and baby. But Chrisean's silence only deepened the tension. She hadn't posted anything except that one cryptic story, and fans took her quiet as proof that something even bigger was brewing behind the scenes. The reactions painted a chilling picture. This wasn't just drama anymore. This was a cultural moment, one that had cracked open family secrets, industry, politics, and a wave of public outrage. And yet, just as the internet was choosing sides, another twist was lurking in the shadows, one that promised to shake everything. We thought we knew about this family feud. Just when fans thought the sisters' emotional conversation had already given them all the closure, all the chaos they could handle. A final bombshell drop that changed everything. Late that night, an anonymous Instagram account called @TruthAboutTheRocks uploaded a series of blurred screenshots that claimed to be private text exchanges between Tesehki and someone shockingly close to Chrisean. At first, people dismissed it as fake, but the captions stopped everyone cold. This wasn't just Blueface. This was planned by people inside the family. The texts, though partially redacted, appeared to show conversations where Tesehki was pressured into keeping quiet about something that happened years ago, long before the feud became public. One message even read, "If she ever finds out, the whole family falls apart. Let them blame Blueface." Fans zoomed in, dissected the dates, and began piecing together timelines that suggested something far darker was at play. Could it be that the entire narrative that Blueface had single-handedly turned sister against sister was only part of the truth? Suddenly, the whisper "they lied to us" wasn't just a moment of anger. It was a chilling confession within. Our TikTok detectives were spinning new theories. Was there another family member involved in the manipulation? Was someone secretly benefiting from keeping Chrisean and Tesehki divided? And if Blueface wasn't the only villain, then who else had been pulling strings all this time? But the most devastating twist came in the form of a leaked voicemail. Jason Lee teased it first, claiming an insider had provided a recording of a heated conversation between Chrisean and a family elder. In the clip, a voice that fans swore sounded like their mother could be heard saying, "You girls don't know the half of it. This feud kept us safe. If the truth comes out, none of us are safe." The cryptic warning sent shivers through fans. What truth was she talking about? Why would a feud between sisters be considered protection? Suddenly, the narrative of petty jealousy, manipulation, and Blueface's toxic influence expanded into something far bigger, something that smelled like generational secrets buried under years of silence. And here's the chilling part. Both sisters went completely silent online after this leak. No cryptic stories. No tweets, no rants, nothing. Their accounts, usually flooded with updates, had gone dark. Fans began speculating wildly. Did they make them sign NDAs? Is this about money or something criminal? Why would their own family want them at war? Silence was deafening. And that made it even scarier. But then, just as people started to lose hope for answers, Chrisean broke her silence with a single Instagram story. It was just a photo of her holding her son, captioned with 3 words, "It's not over." Those words detonated across the internet. Not over? Did she mean her relationship with Tesehki? Did she mean her battle with Blueface? Or was she hinting at something even more sinister, hidden inside her family history? The questions outnumbered the answers, and that's what made it perfect for fans who thrive on drama. Theories exploded, fans demanded part 2. And journalists scrambled to keep up, because one thing was now undeniable. This wasn't the end of the Rock family saga. It was only the beginning of a storm that might expose secrets no one was prepared to face. And if what insiders are whispering is true, the most shocking revelation hasn't even surfaced yet. So here we are, standing in the aftermath of a family feud that has now turned into a full-blown mystery. Chrisean and Tesehki's emotional conversation may have started with tears, but it ended with whispers of secrets that go way beyond just sisterly drama. And now with leaked texts, a cryptic voicemail, and Chrisean herself declaring it's not over. We're left with more questions than answers. And that's exactly why I need to hear from you. Do you believe this reunion was truly about healing, or was it a setup, a distraction, or even a warning before something bigger explodes? Do you think Blueface was the only one responsible for driving these sisters apart? Or is there a deeper family secret that's been buried all along? Let's get real. If the leaks are true, then we might not just be watching a feud. We might be watching the unraveling of the Rock family's darkest secrets. And that means what's coming next could be even more devastating. So drop your theories in the comments below. Which side are you on? Team Chrisean or Team Tesehki? Or do you think both of them are victims of something larger? And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because trust me, this is only the beginning. Insiders are already whispering that another leak is on the way, and when it drops, we'll be right here breaking it down piece by piece. This family feud just went from personal to generational. And the next chapter could change everything. Stay tuned, stay locked in. And remember, when it comes to the Rock family, nothing is ever really over.